On Tuesday night, the night Manchester United announced their record signing Angel Di Maria, Louis van Gaal had a trip to Milton Keynes in the second round of the Capital One Cup to worry about. The new United manager still looking for his first win.
On the outskirts of town, there's a sign that says welcome to Dreamville. Oh, if I go there tonight, wonder will I be welcome in Dreamville? Population 8,010, but there's just one person I've an interest in. Will you be waiting to take me in your heart? If you surrender all your charms, then I'll know, and I know I'll be welcome in Dreamville.
The gulf between the two absolutely massive, but as MK Dons and Manchester United met for the first time ever, it proved to be a memorable night for the Dons. And as the Dons went in search of the big upset, Carl Robinson made 2 changes to the side which drew against Coventry the weekend, with David Martin returning in goal and Sam Carruthers coming in for Daniel Powell, who dropped to the bench. Meanwhile, Louis van Gaal was still looking for his first win as the new United manager, and on the night when Angel Di Maria became his record signing, he made 10 changes to the weekend. Only David De Gea remaining in the side. There were debuts for Saidi Janko and Reece James, and Van Gaal stuck to that rigid 3 at the back. Don Goodman and Daniel Mann were the commentators for this one.
Kagawa. Creating what is effectively, I suppose, the matter role these days. Reece James, Nick Powell! Here's Kagawa and Welbeck tearing into some space potentially here, but he won't get there. Oh. And maybe Reeves can make something of this a real gift. Will GRIGG will. And this could turn into a memorable night for MK Dons.
That was a dangerous attempt at a pass from somebody that should know better in Johnny Evans.
Here's James. Back to Hernandez. Powell might pull the trigger. He certainly did. The stanchion getting a good old rattle. Here's BENIK. Well, struck the arm, certainly.
Well, it was a talking point, isn't it? But it was ball to hand. It's Johnny Evans. Well, he brings it down, doesn't he? That is a penalty.
Pereira away from Potter. Now Welbeck. Maybe some shooting space. This is Reeves combining well with GRIGG. GRIGG racing into the middle. There he is! Will GRIGG might just have finished Manchester United off.
What a finish it is, you know. He actually chests this ball, uses the pace on the cross and chests the ball into the net.
Bulldog, Reeves, AFOBE wants it, AFOBE has it! It's 3! The stuff of dreams for the Dons, but it's the stuff of Louis van Gaal's worst nightmares.
BENIK AFOBE is playing between 2 centre-halves there, slotted to him, and he stays calm.
Here's Welbeck. Wilson trying to pull something out of the bag, and David Martin does when he's tested. That was green. Little appeal for handball. Well, it couldn't, could it? It's Powell! A really eye-catching performance. Oh, and De Gea in all kinds of trouble. Keane. Anderson. Januzaj. The frame of the goal rattled. Januzaj. Reece James wants it. Never going to be found in the end. It's green. Oh, and a misjudgment by Vermael. It's AFOBE. Can he find a way through? Oh, Reece might get on it. It's AFOBE again! Can you believe this?
He's got no right to score from there. Once again, it's poor defending. And MK Dons are in dreamland.
Januzaj. Herrera. Dangerous ball, Wilson's in there. Oh, and Martin to deny him superbly. Only in their wildest dreams did they ever imagine a night like this. The greatest day in the short history of this club of controversy. But they have embarrassed, to say the very least, the mighty Manchester United. This, nothing short of humiliation.
I think a lot of the media will be that, you know, Man United weren't great, but I think we deserve a lot of credit the way we played. I think we dominated the game at times with the ball and without, so I think we deserve a lot of credit.
Obviously, I'm a little bit in shock to be walking off and seeing the scoreline. It's ridiculous. It's some of the dreams are made of for these players.
What really helped you bridge that gap between League One and Premier League opposition tonight?
Just a work ethic. We work hard here, I can say, and you're seeing the youthful energy in the team. We spoke before the game about the energy that we've injected into the group. We've got two strikers in BENIK and Will, both fighting for that number 9 spot, and they come on here this evening and score 2 goals each. So I just thought of the way we worked hard. Listen, there's an awful lot of hard work that goes on throughout the course of the week tactically to get 1 or 2 things right. But there's no point in me doing now the players don't take things on board. But they've certainly set standards now that they need to live up to for forthcoming games.
What do you say to your supporters around the world tonight who will be shocked by this result? Manchester United beaten by a team in the 3rd tier of English football. What can you say to them to arrest their fears, Louis?
They have to believe in our philosophy, and we are building up a team, and that you cannot make in 1 month, not in 1 year. And of course, it's very disappointing, but I hope they shall maintain their confidence in the club and in our philosophy, because that philosophy takes time.
Absolutely staggering result at Stadium MK for the MK Dons on Tuesday night. Peter, Carl Robinson there talks about the work ethic of his players, the energy and everything else that went with it. But for you, what was the key to that win?
Well, the key was the structure that they had. They had the 2 lads, Potter and Ali, in midfield as a base for the other 3 in behind to press high up, as well as the isolated centre forward Will Grigg. You know, plenty with the likes of Carruthers and Reeves in there as well, and Bordich. Wide players with a great work ethic, but also an eye for goal as well. And it's brave to try and press Manchester United in the knowledge that they want to play from the back, because if they play through you, your men's short at the back. So it's a brave ploy from Carl's team. Because
David May was my studio guest on the night. He said, look, if the MK Dons are going to get anything here, once they weather that early storm, they need to get in their faces, make it uncomfortable for United. They did exactly that, didn't they? That's exactly what they did. You know, forcing mistakes from people, and ironically, it's one of the stalwarts, Johnny Evans, who on nights like this you think has got the attitude and application, but Reeves closed him down and feeds Grigg there, and finishes very easily. And what a night for Grigg. 1 in 18 coming into this. Couldn't score for Toffee at Brentford. Absolutely, but we know he's a goal scorer. You know, he's got all kinds of goals at Walsall. It's only a matter of time. He's playing a formation that suits him.
I mean, this kid here, Reeves, was one of the best players in League One last year.
And how about that with improvisation?
Well, improvisation, you know, positivity, belief from the managers instilled in him by saying you were going to be my #1 striker. They're absolutely brilliant because it's not exactly on his head and not down where he can volley it as well, but there's the pressure, there's the work rate as well. There's a trigger, we let him have the ball to a certain stage and then we press and press. Reeves again instrumental, you know, the assists that he's played. And AFOBE, the Lone Ranger, you know, he's been all over the place really, championship level. He's gone down to League One and he's playing a team that's very creative. And the big thing about MK Dons, levelled at them, was possession-based team, absolutely brilliant, but then they've got to hurt you, score more goals for the creative work in and around the box. And this is a defensive debacle for Midgell there, and then he waltzes through Johnny Evans and then Pereira as well. Attitude, application and lack of heart and determination. And there was only one man who was going to go there and go through all that, which was AFOBE.
And despite the embarrassment, a lot of United fans will be saying, well, look, 10 changes, completely different to our starting 11 come the weekend against Burnley. But there were still some very experienced players in there. Was there a sense from some of them, do you think, the likes of an Anderson, that they know they're on the way out and it was reflected in their performance?
You would have to say, though, although they did start well, you know, that 20 minutes without getting a shot on target. I think it was 72 minutes until they got a shot on target. They stayed well, played well, created chances, but then MK weathered the storm, and that's when you're tested. You know, you really are. I looked through the spine in that team, and De Gea, Evans, Kagawa, you know, Anderson, and the two strikers up front, Welbeck and Hernandez, you know, on the world stage, shouldn't really be questioning their application, because Manchester United are not doing too well. If the future, they don't think it's at the club, they can try and make it at the club by putting a performance in, even in a cup game like that.
Extraordinary.